Mobile games. A lot of people love them, and a lot of others love to hate on them. But I personally really enjoy them, but they can never replace traditional console or PC gaming to me. Mobile gaming has quite the negative reputation for the quote-unquote hardcore gamers. In essence, mobile games are designed to be really simple. You pick it up, play for a few minutes, and put it down and play again later. They are perfect for quick distractions between breaks, or whenever you're using the toilet. The casual audience is the main demographic, basically the everyday person who doesn't really play video games that often. May I just say, I really hate the terms casual or hardcore gamers. They just give off negative connotations. Honestly, who cares what you play? What really matters is that you're having fun with the game. No one should label you or even judge you based on the games you play, but that's a tangent for a different day. So what makes these games really enticing to many people? And why is it always looked down upon by those who are more invested in the video game industry? Well, the barrier to entry is more inviting. Companies try to offer these games for free or even at a low price. So how do they make their money if they're practically giving them away for free? They use advertisements and microtransactions. Well, they have to make their money somehow. The main problem is that many companies' methods can be really predatory. These companies have their ways to lure you back into coming back to their game constantly, and try to persuade you into spending a lot of money. And the worst part, it actually works. Some of the world's most successful video games are free-to-play games. They make tons of revenue through ads and microtransactions. It's not even funny. Do you know what's one of the most downloaded games of all time? Garena Free Fire? What the f*** even is that? But my goodness, over 1 billion downloads? I must be living under a rock because I've never heard of it. All this potential profit from games that don't really cost much to produce? Sounds like a goldmine to me. So of course, traditional gaming companies obviously want a slice of that pie. And the one that I'll be talking about today is the mobile games that Nintendo has produced. They were one of the last big gaming companies to create a mobile game. So it came as a surprise that they announced that they would be stepping foot into the mobile game market several years ago. Playing a Mario game on a smartphone seemed impossible. We never would have thought that Nintendo would ever try to put their IPs in different platforms. But with the poor sales reception of the Wii U at the time, they were desperate. So let's take a look at what they've offered over the past several years. But a quick side note, I won't be covering any Pokemon mobile games since the Pokemon Company is its own separate entity, but perhaps that can be something I can cover sometime in the future. Anyway, let's start with Miitomo. Where did it go? Yeah, this game was discontinued roughly 2 years after its original release. I can't play it, so I'll be showing off trailer footage instead. So what kind of game is this? If you can even call it that. Well, it's a free social networking app that Nintendo had made where you can interact with your friends by asking them random questions about various topics. You can also create Miis and take pictures with them. You're able to customize them by earning through this currency called Miitomo coins. You can get them through normal gameplay or microtransactions, which can be used to buy clothing for your Mii. You can also earn rewards through a minigame called Miitomo Drop. This game is kind of like a mix of Tomodachi Life and Miiverse, I guess. Though just like Miiverse, you can't use this anymore. So why the hell am I even talking about this thing? This died so soon because of how little content this app has had. It's no wonder no one really used this app. There's nothing really to compel you to return to it often. It was slightly amusing using your Miis in photos, but that's pretty much it. It has lots of relevance throughout its lifespan, and it couldn't really compete with any other social media apps, so it fell to obscurity. I tried it for a bit when it was available, but it couldn't really captivate me whatsoever. But maybe that's because I have no friends to use it with. I'm so lonely. But even if I did, there's just so many better options out there. Despite being discontinued, I didn't really miss it when it left. Well, that was a bust. Pretty rough start for Nintendo's first mobile app. But shortly afterwards, they released their first real mobile game, Super Mario Run. Mario on mobile phones. What a sight to behold. We've hardly ever seen Nintendo's flagship IPs outside of Nintendo's hardware. This was a true test to see how well Nintendo would perform in the mobile game market. So, how was it? First, you can download the game for free. However, you're only limited to playing only a small portion of the game. You can play the rest of the game by paying a fee of $10. This didn't really sit well with most consumers. Paying $10 for a mobile game is excessive for a lot of people for some reason. I mean, it goes on sale every now and then for $5, but people are really adamant against buying the game. I mean, God forbid you spend $10 or even sometimes $5 on a game with no ads or microtransactions. But these same people can easily spend dozens or even hundreds of dollars on microtransactions or loot boxes. But I digress. At the time, Nintendo was pretty reserved when it came to microtransactions. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I prefer Nintendo's approach to this game. I prefer if there's no BS attached, I'd rather just pay for the full game. I enjoy unlocking things through normal gameplay. Unfortunately, the mobile gaming market flourishes differently compared to regular games. People are just more likely to spend money on a game that's free than actually buying one, and because of this, Super Mario Run hasn't received as much financial success compared to other free-to-play games. There's just not so much to it if you don't buy the full game, so customers just decided against buying it. Barriers of entry aside, what's Super Mario Run like? This game plays like your traditional 2D Mario, but with minor twists. Instead of actively controlling Mario, he'll run and parkour over obstacles and enemies on his own. Only thing you can do is time your jumps and actions by tapping the screen. It's simple, but I find it a lot of fun. This game is designed to be played with only one hand. There's 6 worlds, each containing 4 levels with an extra star world, which you can unlock levels by completing certain challenges. Each level has their own set of colored coins you can collect for completionists out there. You can even play your own music here. You can also build and decorate your own Mushroom Kingdom by using the in-game shop. There's also multiple playable characters. You can play as Luigi, Toad, Toadette, different colored Yoshis, and Peach as well. You can also try out mini-games to unlock tickets to play Rally Mode. Rally Mode allows you to compete with another user's best score in a given level. And if you manage to beat their score, you can gain different colored toads which can be used to unlock more items in the shop. A few years after launch, they added a new mode called Remix 10. You're able to play short chunks of levels consecutively. Complete enough of them, then you're able to unlock Daisy as well. And may I say, I really love this music that plays here. And that's pretty much all this game has to offer. It's basically what it looks like. A bite-sized 2D Mario game in your pocket. So do I think it's overpriced like many others? Not really. It's not really that expensive. I really enjoy 2D Mario, and I do find myself playing it every now and then. Though if there's one complaint that I have, it's that you have to be connected to the internet to play. And that's a common issue that's present in pretty much every one of Nintendo's mobile titles. I mean, sure, most of the time it's not a problem. Most of us have easy access to the internet or phone data. However, there's always the few rare occasions where I get really spotty connection, and then I just end up not playing them because of it. Regardless, if you're a fan of 2D Mario, then feel free to give it a go. But if you're not, then this probably won't convince you otherwise. Next we have Fire Emblem Heroes. This is by far Nintendo's most successful mobile game. I wonder why. Oh, that's why. Man, look how far Fire Emblem has come. From a niche franchise on the brink of death, to being one of Nintendo's most successful IPs. So besides all of the waifus and husbandos, what does this game have going for it? But let's be honest, do you really need anything else? In all seriousness, this is a simplified Fire Emblem game. It still uses the same weapon triangle that the series traditionally has. There are many story sequences and maps to play that can certainly be a fun distraction. I really love how they update the game consistently. There's a stupid amount of content here. Battles galore, from story chapters, paralogs, events, Aether raids, special maps, and arena battles. You'll be playing on days on end, especially if you're a fan of strategy games. You're able to customize your allies and make your own Fire Emblem Dream Team. Unlike Super Mario Run, this game doesn't require a purchase to access all of this content. It's free to play, but you know what that means. There's microtransactions. Well, they have to make their money, so fork over some cash and pay for your bodacious allies. Though, to be fair, you don't have to buy anything if you don't want to. This game is pretty generous in giving you opportunities to summon new units. Every time a new banner appears, you're able to redeem your first summon for free. They give you orbs constantly for completing maps, missions, and through daily bonuses. So you're able to get a lot of new characters frequently without the need of spending any money. Not to mention, usually after 40 summons, you can just choose whatever unit you want in the banner. So save up those orbs. Heck, I'm a free-to-play player, and I managed to get a good chunk of the characters I wanted. Though there are a ton of different characters, you're not guaranteed to get them all. But the option to pay for more orbs is still there, and yup, that's a lot of money. And they added a monthly subscription called the Fae Pass as well. Fae is this cute little owl right here, by the way. I want to pet him. So what perks does this subscription offer? Well, you're able to receive a special hero, obtain special quests, expanded summoner support, and have the ability to return to the start of a turn. Which should have been in the base game to begin with, but whatever. Honestly, I wouldn't really bother with this unless you're really into the game. It's around $10 a month, and I just can't justify spending that much on this game. Overall, it's still a really fun game. I still play it regularly since launch, but be careful with your wallet. Don't let these alluring looking people overwhelm you. Next, we have Dragalia Lost. Oh no, not more waifus! My poor wallet can't handle it! Anyway, Dragalia Lost is an action RPG developed by Cygames and was published by Nintendo. It's currently celebrating its 3rd anniversary. I haven't played this game very much, but I do appreciate its style. It's a new IP. I honestly didn't expect Nintendo to help make a mobile game that doesn't involve one of their main franchises. The premise is interesting. It involves a world that involves transforming and wielding a dragon's power. I didn't get very far in the plot, but I did have some fun exploring stages and defeating bosses. You can summon a variety of different characters and dragons, and I like how forgiving this game is when it comes to pulls. I haven't spent a dime on this game, and I still managed to get a bunch of cool and rare characters. You can manage your own castle grounds and take care of dragons. Aw, he's so adorable. Who's a good little demon from hell? What's really cool is that this game has crossed over with multiple different series, such as Persona 5, Monster Hunter, and Fire Emblem. However, despite its high production values, it's such a shame that I wasn't too invested into this game compared to others. I barely touched the story. Maybe it's the touch controls or the gameplay loop, or perhaps the plot is just not pulling me in. Don't get me wrong, the game isn't terrible or anything. I still occasionally do various events and summons for fun. I mean, I feel like they give out summon vouchers like candy sometimes. I mostly enjoy collecting the characters, I just don't feel compelled enough to play it. Maybe the problem is that I can't really pick up and play in short bursts. I probably would have preferred it if it was more simpler or less overwhelming. I just don't think a big RPG fits well for mobile. I usually look for a more casual experience. If I wanted to play an action RPG, I would have played it on console or PC. That's how I mostly play games like Genshin. Overall, not bad, just not for me. It needs more waifus. Now let's take a look at Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. Now I've been a passive Animal Crossing fan. I've only really played New Leaf and New Horizons. So I was curious how they would transition this series to smartphones. And it's pretty much what it looks like, a watered-down version of the mainline games. You're in charge of managing your own campground. You can still meet and befriend villagers, explore areas, and perform activities such as fishing or bug catching. Just like Animal Crossing New Horizons, you can collect materials to help build furniture. There's plenty of materials and events that can net you new items, and one of the primary ways to obtain them is through fortune cookies. You can use Leaf tickets to order these cookies. You can of course earn them through normal gameplay, or spend money. I sense a pattern here. And they have a subscription model too? Why? You get fortune cookies every month and have the ability to save layouts for $8 a month. Even if you're a huge Animal Crossing fan, I just don't see the appeal in paying for this pass. This game didn't really catch my attention very much. I played a decent amount of it, and I had a bit of fun, but it just doesn't give me the same satisfaction as playing the mainline titles. It's not bad. I mean, at least it's not Amiibo Festival. But you're better off playing the mainline games. Now if you excuse me, I've got to get back to playing Animal Crossing New Leaf on my Nintendo 3DS. Now time for Dr. Mario World. Now I feel this game is the most underrated of the bunch. I love Dr. Mario, and this is a more simplified version of it. The main goal here is to complete the objective given to you before you run out of pills. These missions range from eliminating viruses or collecting coins. I really love that you can still control the pills after you break them. This game can get really addicting, and there's a crap ton of levels. There's a crazy variety of doctors you can play as too, like Dr. Mario, Waluigi, or even crazy ones like the Goomba Tower. Who wouldn't want a doctor like that? Each character has their own special moves, and you can obtain assistance to help you unlock skills in single-player versus mode. This game is so great, I can play this forever. Aww, now I'm sad. Yeah, this game will be shutting down their servers on November 1st of this year. As of this point, you're not able to purchase any more gems to unlock doctors, and you have unlimited plays now. You used to be limited in plays through these hearts, but now you can play as much as you want before the game shuts down. This was one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this video. I wanted to get footage before it shuts down. It's really sad, nobody really talks about this game. I've had a lot of fun playing through this, but unfortunately this game didn't earn much revenue and was considered a flop. Kind of ironic that it's on life support. Not even Dr. Wario can save it. If you're even somewhat interested in playing this game, then try it soon and play as much as you can before it goes away. November 1st is just around the corner. Finally, now we have Nintendo's latest mobile game title, Mario Kart Tour. So how well does this series transition into phones? The learning curve for the controls takes a bit to get used to, but when you get accustomed to it, you may be in for a blast. Most of the tracks here are from Mario Kart 7, with some exclusive tracks never before seen in a Mario Kart game before. And its theme involves places around the world. When playing this game, your primary goal is to earn as much points as you can so you can earn Power Stars. You gain more points by performing tricks, using items, or getting a good position in a race. Each character has their own special move and has their own set of courses that benefit them. You're able to earn up to 3 items per item box if you choose the right character. And if you match 3 items, you'll be in a frenzy where you can become invincible and spam whatever item you're using. And my favorite part is that you're not just limited to races. There are a bunch of missions you can do ranging from dodging obstacles, gliding challenges, taking down Goombas, and going through rings that can help make the experience more engaging. This is by far the Nintendo mobile game that I spent the most time on. Hear me out. First of all, I'm not defending these microtransactions. I mean, seriously, $40? And really? Another subscription service? And locking 200cc behind a paywall is pretty scummy. But the amount of missions that you can do, the abundance of characters, the rewards and rubies you can obtain for free, as well as the ability to play online, and the constant cycling of tracks bi-weekly, has really got me addicted to the game. I never felt like I had to pay at all. They gave you plenty of opportunities to earn a bunch of characters without spending a penny on this game. Don't get me wrong, it's no mainline Mario Kart game, but there are things here that I wish that are adopted into the main series titles. Give me other objectives to do besides racing. Give me a huge cast of characters, and cool outfits too. If this game wasn't a gacha game, and had more courses and played like a traditional Mario Kart game on console, then I feel this might be one of the better Mario Kart titles out there. But alas, it's limited to the mobile platforms. Hope Mario Kart 9 comes out sometime this century. And that's all of Nintendo's mobile titles so far. It's generally a mixed bag. There are some highs, and others that just don't reach those heights or just straight up dies. Overall, Nintendo has made moderate success in the mobile game market, but honestly became really redundant over time due to the booming success of the Switch. There are plans for future mobile titles. They have announced the Pikmin AR project made by Niantic, the same developers who made Pokemon Go. Hey, maybe they can make Pikmin relevant again. I just don't know if I can trust them with it due to their treatment of the Pokemon Go player base, but that's a discussion for a different day. I don't mind the existence of these mobile titles. They are primarily used as a way to help people be interested in their IP, and eventually become fans of their dedicated game systems. Though honestly, I don't think these games were the reasons that the Switch is so successful. I wouldn't mind more gaming franchises to come to mobile. There's a ton of potential, they just need to do it right. I feel like I've forgotten something. Oh right, the Nintendo Switch Online app. Okay, bye!